Hello, everyone. This is the Mind of Lilith, and welcome to another Open Mind Intuitive Tarot message. For today's message, we're going to find out how the person on your mind feels about you, okay? This could be a crush, that's a neighbor, a coworker, a friend, an ex-lover, your current partner. We're going to find out how they feel about you. And also we're going to find out the potential blocks, obstacles, or limitations that could block the relationship or sabotage the relationship if you ever got together. Okay. So you're going to choose a number from 1 to 3. I'm going to put the timestamps for each number in the description box. Take a moment to think. Choose 1, 2, or 3. Okay, let's start with the number 1. Number 1, how does number 1's crush feel about them? The person who number 1's thinking about. How does this person feel about group 1? How does group 1's person feel about them currently? How does group 1's person feel about them currently? For the people who chose group 1, how does that person feel about them? What message do we have for group 1? How do they feel about them? Okay. Lusting. Forbidden, non-committal sexual energy. So they've seen you. They know how you look. They may like your aura. They feel magnetically drawn to you. They may fantasize about you. But it's forbidden, non-committal energy. So is this person already committed? Is this a coworker relationship? What is forbidden about this? Forbidden, non-committal. This could be a situationship that you're in. No strings attached. This is how they feel currently. Or this is how you feel about them. There is attraction, obviously. Okay? Clarity, truth, intentions, and honesty. They may communicate this with you, or they may be aware that the extent of this relationship is sexual at this point. This does not mean that there is long-term potential. I think this person is coming to the realization that they are attracted to you and they may want to engage in extracurriculars with you, but there's something forbidden about this. I'm going to find out why it's forbidden. It could be a third-party situation. You guys could be neighbors or friends. There's something that's taboo about this connection that could create complications later on. Especially if you work together or you're in a relationship, they're in a relationship, something like that. Something about this is not, I won't say above board, but it's a bit taboo, okay? Forbidden, non-committed sexual energy, truth, intentions, honesty. All right, how does group 1's person feel about them? For the group who chose the number 1, attraction. Yeah, the attraction is there. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I mentioned it earlier. So there is a magnetic attraction, but again, it does not mean that you guys are going to end up together. We'll find out what could be a potential challenge as far as you guys having a long-term committed relationship. So there's lust, there's desire. Mars, Pluto, Mars, Uranus aspects, Mars, Venus aspects, Mars on the ascendant. Yeah, this person is very attracted to you. And they're aware of this. They're not trying to fight it anymore or hide it from themselves, but there could be some complications. They may not want a commitment. They may already be with somebody else, or your relationship could be complicated. It could be inconvenient in some way. Children, your love life is affected by children. Are they married? Are there other obligations, responsibilities to another person? We'll find out. Spirit guides, I need some more clarification about how group one's first person feels about them. I mean, the lust and attraction is there. Okay? It is there. So that's I guess that's what you wanted to hear. Is that a good thing? But it's non-committed. So this person may not be ready for commitment because they have other obligations, or they just got out of something serious, or they're still in something serious. We'll find out clarity, please. One card, please, for group one, lusting and clarity. We have the Queen of Wands. This is a mistress. It's a mistress. So this person could already have something going on. They could already be married. Five of Cups. They just got out of something. Still lamenting over the past. Still longing for, pining after someone else. They see you as like a reprieve or a relief or distraction from whatever this is, this Five of Cups. Some sort of disappointment or depression. So yeah, at the very least, they see you as something enjoyable to entertain. You would be a pleasant distraction from whatever drama they're going through that may involve children. This could be a co-parenting situation. They could be married to someone who they're just together with for the kids. That is an issue. So they are attracted to you. Spirit guides for group one. What would prevent this relationship from coming together? What would prevent group one's relationship from coming together in a committed partnership? Why would group one's love interest being needy, make friends, and spend time by yourself to take pressure off your relationship? Okay, so some of you guys have codependent issues, or this person has codependent issues. This person doesn't want a commitment. They don't want a commitment. And if they feel like you want more than they do, or you're reading too much into this, they'll pull away. So they don't want to lead you on. They are attracted to you sexually, but I don't think they want you to take it seriously. It says make friends. So this is like friends with benefits, a situationship. Whether they're in a relationship or not doesn't matter. They don't want to commit to anybody right now. It doesn't matter if they're single or dating. It doesn't matter. They don't want a commitment. One more, please. What would prevent criticizing? Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities. And then we have insecurities. I'm not taking all this. So if you guys were to get together, your insecurities would cause you to be needy and very critical of them. Or this person is insecure and they will start to criticize you, judge you, try to change you, make you feel bad about yourself, or nitpick at you. Especially if you're needy and clingy. So this person has issues. I think this would be like a situationship, friends with benefits. I don't see this turning into something committed at this point. They have a lot of baggage to deal with. But they are attracted to you, if that means anything. So they do fantasize about you. They do think that you're a pleasant distraction from the nonsense going on in their life, but they're part of the nonsense. They're not committed either. They're not committal either. At this point, they just want to have fun. And if you were to get with them, they would probably judge you, criticize you, verbally abuse you potentially, especially if you're needy because you're insecure. about them not being committed in some way, of having a laissez-faire attitude towards your relationship. This would just be sex. That's it. It wouldn't be anything else. Okay. All right. Now let's get into group number 2. Group 2. What is going on with you guys? Group 2. Let's continue this. All right, spirit guides. Wow, this is death popped out. Awareness, importance, value. I'll keep this to the side just in case. Okay, spirit guides, archangels, source. What messages do we have from source for group 2? How does group 2's love interest feel about them currently? How does group 2's love interest feel about them currently? We have obscurity. They're hiding their feelings. How does group 2's love interest feel about them currently? Group 2. How does their love interest feel about them? Thank you for your guidance. Please help me to interpret these messages. Okay, one more. That's it. Group 2's person. How do they feel about you? Depth popped out. And so did obscurity. So they may be hiding their emotions. We'll see. Twin flame. Mirroring, shared feelings, reflection. Now, I'm not a big fan of twin flame messages or stories. But there are situations where two people are inextricably linked. They have a soul tie that's more than just sex or fantasy. They have a really deep connection that may involve the nodes, the 7th house, and even Saturn to an extent. So there's a mutual attraction between you guys. I don't know why you're not together, but there's depth here. Or you guys may be together. We'll see. But depth is awareness, importance, value. So you're very significant to this person, whether you're together or not. They see you as a potential twin flame. There are deep emotions for you. They value you. They think you're important. They want you in their life, okay? Mirroring, shared feelings, and reflection. However, if you are distant towards them, they're going to reciprocate. So you and this person has similar characteristic qualities and traits. They will treat you the way you treat them. If you criticize them, they'll criticize you. If you accept them, they'll accept you. If you're insecure, they'll become insecure. So they reflect back to you your emotions, your attitude, your behavior, your language. They're mirroring you to teach you about yourself. Breaking point. Limit, final straw, overwhelmed. And I suspect that's what's happened here. There are deep feelings here, but there's some immaturity, ego issues. They were giving you the same energy you were giving them, but you weren't aware of the energy you was giving them. It was subconscious. You guys may have a lot of inconjunctions in your chart. An inconjunction is 150 or 210 degrees away. So you may have a moon, Venus in conjunction, or Mercury, moon in conjunction, where you say things that you don't mean, or you don't understand the implications of what you're saying to someone. You may blurt things out and not be aware of how this will make a person feel. You're also not aware of your own flaws. You're not aware of how you've contributed to the demise of this relationship. You keep blaming them for what's happened, but they're actually reflecting back to you the way you've treated them. So you're basically getting what you put out. If you can dish it, you have to be able to take it. So that could have been an issue. This person was responding to the energy you was giving them. If you were giving them an energy of like criticism or rejection or whatever, I don't know what I want, I don't really care, it's not important to me, then they're going to respond in kind. So they gave you what you gave them. And this is forcing you to be aware of how you talk to people, how you treat people. You guys could be the type to deny your feelings or act like they don't exist, to hide them in some way. And then you become passive aggressive and say and do things that are inimical to the long-term potential of this connection. So if you like the person a lot, you'll start to feel insecure and then start to nitpick at them because you're afraid of being rejected or abandoned, and then they leave because they don't think you care about them, or they think that you don't like them in some way. So, and then you wonder why. You don't understand why this person doesn't want to deal with you because you're nitpicking at them, or you're criticizing them, or you're acting like you don't care. So they'll give you the same energy. I don't think you're aware of the energy you give off or how you treat people. You're not aware of it. So this person is helping you to become aware of how you interact with people, how you engage with them. You may be a bit, I don't say deceptive. It's not deceptive. Dissociated. There's some dissociation here where you don't understand the connection between your actions and the outcome of those actions, the results, the consequences of what you say or what you do. You may have been raised in a situation where consequences were not enforced. Somebody would say one thing and do something else that's contrary to what they said. So you have to sort of learn, forgiving and learning. Thank you. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. And this is like a family situation you have to forgive and learn too. But also, you have to forgive and learn from this person. This person's not perfect, and you're not perfect either. I'm getting someone was nitpicking at another person where they expected perfection. So you try to fix this person, and then they try to fix you. And you thought that because you weren't satisfied with each other, you weren't meant to be together. But there's actually a deep connection here. Getting to know each other, yes. You're learning about each other through this interaction. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I mentioned deceptive communication or confused or hidden. Something about this is not integrated. Your emotions and your words, your thoughts and your emotions are not integrated. Thoughts, feelings, and words not integrated. You say one thing and do something else, and then you feel something else. So you like the person, but then you'll say things that make it seem as if you don't like them. So when you like a person, you complain about them or nitpick at them. Virgo energy is here. Virgo 6th house, nagging, nitpicking energy. Someone who's not satisfied with their partner, but they love them though. It's just that somebody's love language could be like criticism. Venus and Virgo. Trying to fix them because you care about them. And this person may feel like, well, if I'm so damaged and messed up, then I must not be good enough for you. I'll just leave you alone. And then you're like, well, if you're willing to leave me alone, if you're willing to abandon the situation, you must not care about me in the first place. So you're kind of getting what you give. 6 of Pentacles here. There's a mirroring, definitely. So you're just as responsible for this not working out as this other person is. Page of Swords, communication. Learning how to communicate. But then we have the Strength card. Holding back on communication, not saying what you mean, or you don't mean what you say. the words you say or the way you communicate with this person gets you the opposite of what you want, gets you the opposite reaction of what you want from them, because you're not, because you're being deceptive or manipulative in your language too. So you're not being direct with how you speak with them. And because you're not direct with how you speak to them, right? Because you may have ulterior motives, or you're being passive aggressive or manipulative, because that is the way you communicate with this person, that's the response you're going to get. Something muddled, unclear, and the opposite of what you want. If you want them to be with you, then use language that indicates that. Speak to them in a way that indicates that you want them to be with you. But your mind is feeling one thing, you think another thing, and you say something else. Your mind says, I like this person a lot. You think that by nitpicking at them, they'll think that you're interested in them. And then you say things to them to fix them, I guess, or to judge them or criticize them or whatever. And then they leave because they don't think you like them. They think you don't care. Or they're not good enough for you. There's some disassociation going on here. Someone needs to like reconnect with reality. Spirit guides, what is going on with group 2? What is blocking group 2's relationship from coming together? What is blocking group 2 or preventing group 2 from getting with their partner, with the person they have feelings for? What is preventing this connection from coming together? Or if they are together, what's going to sabotage it? What's happening with group 2 and their love interests? Anxiety. You're afraid to get close to someone. They are scared too. Give them a chance. Right. So it's like they're mirroring back to you how you feel about them. Then we have excuses. You have so many excuses that it never works out. And it's you. You're the one doing this. Find the reasons that it can work. And we have all this clutter and mess in the background. Is giving Virgo, an afflicted Virgo placement. OCD, hypercritical, messy thoughts, anxiety, fear, and loneliness. You stay in bad relationships because you're lonely. Be okay being with yourself. So codependency as well. There's some codependence. So, right. Okay. You're in a bad relationship. And you know you're in a bad relationship. But instead of, I guess, breaking up with that person or disconnecting from that situation, you'll stay. Which is the opposite of what you should be doing. Right? That is, staying with this person it does not have the intended effect of changing them. So there's some disconnection mentally, emotionally, and even like as far as the actions you take, your attitude, your behavior. There's a disconnection here. It's confusion. You're confused. And so the person that you're attracted to or interested in, they're confused also. So you attract who you are, essentially. If you got a problem with them, then you got a problem with yourself. And you think that by criticizing them or judging them that you're fixing yourself. You're trying to fix them to fix yourself. And then they walk away because they think that they're not good enough for you or you don't like them. And then you're upset about it. You don't understand. So you're like, well, if you don't care, I don't care either. But this is on you. You should, I mean, if you cared about this person, why are you nitpicking at them? Why are you criticizing them? Why are you acting like you're not happy? If you're happy with the person, why are you acting like you're not happy with them? For attention? So yeah, they're giving you what you gave them, essentially, which is like rejection, criticism, something. Okay, but there is a deep connection here. It's just that you have to be mature enough to take responsibility for how this played out and not blame them for everything, because they gave you the same energy that you gave them. Okay. All right. Now on to group 3. Group 3. Group 3. Group 3. I'm going to do a Mercury retrograde reading at some point. Okay, Spirit guys, thank you very much for your support. Let's find out how the person on group 3's mind feels about them. How does a person on group 3's mind feel about them currently? The person on group 3's mind, how do they feel about them currently? Let's connect and reflect. Let's connect and reflect. How does the person on group 3's mind feel about them? Let's focus on the object of their affection and not the group themselves. How does the love interest for group 3 feel about them? The group 3's love interest, how do they feel about them currently? One more after this. One more after this. Okay. Alrighty. How do they feel? We have D'Angelo. Abandoned, left out, walked away cold. They feel like you abandoned them, like you don't care about them, that you don't want to see them anymore. They feel rejected in some way. You're not putting up with their games anymore. You've tapped out. You've walked away. You've resigned to whatever this outcome is. You're not investing in this anymore. The juice is not worth the squeeze. You've been giving and receiving nothing in return. They feel like you have abandoned them. Breaking point, just like group 1, group 2. And I shuffled it several times. Yeah, so this is just about a wrap from your standpoint. So they feel like, well, hold on. How do they feel about you? They feel abandoned by you, or they want to abandon this. Either way, this is no communication. Something stopped in its tracks. There's no progress, nothing. This could be over. How does group 3's person feel about them? How does group 3's person feel about them? How does group 3's person feel about them? How does group 3's love interest feel about them? Playfulness. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So when you recapture it, when you're recapturing something, it means that something was released. It was rejected. It was abandoned. It was departed from. It was walked away. So to recapture this, honeymoon. So do they want a reconciliation? Mercury's going retrograde soon. You guys may have Venus in Leo. Venus in Sagittarius. Venus in Aries. It could be Aries, someone in rising sign. Fire sign. It could be a fire sign. So there is a desire for reconciliation, it seems, for the group 3. Clarify the abandoned card, please. Why? Clarify abandoned and breaking point. Abandoned and breaking point. Wow. Ace of Cups. 3 of Swords. 9 of Cups, the Fool card. 7 of Swords. Knight of Cups, 8 of Swords. So there's a whole lot going on here. The 10 of Cups is here, but also the 10 of Swords is here. Got the 7 and the 3 as 10. 18, that's 9 of Swords, anxiety. 10 of Cups. So there is love here, or there was a lot of love here. King of Swords, the Lover's card. But there was some deception, betrayal with the 7 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, leading into the 10 of Swords and then the 9 of Swords. So you like this person, but you don't trust them. The 10 of Cups is here, but there's a Knight of Cups, which is like, you know, kind of player energy, a Casanova, womanizer, a charmer, someone who, you know, just says what you want to hear to get what they want, and then they walk away or they do whatever with someone else. There is some deception here, definitely. And so although there is an attraction, I don't know if this is sustainable, because somebody has third-party situations going on with the Lover's card. Right, there's 2 women here. Then you have the 7 of Swords. Then you have a 3 of Swords. What's the 3 of Swords? Then you have the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Cups, which is a 10 of Cups. So somebody could already be in a commitment, or someone gives their cup to different women or men, and they're still single though. They act single, or they prefer to be single. This is a womanizer. Fool card. You walked away, but there's still feelings here. So this 9 of Cups, this person has lots of options. Each of these cups may represent like a different person they're talking to. And then they give you one of their cups after walking away from somebody else, but they go back to their supply, their bench. They have multiple options. They don't get too attached to anyone in particular. They're very charming. They know what to say. And you found out perhaps that they were cheating on you or whatever, had the options, and you just walked away from them. And the playfulness is like, they don't take it seriously. They think they can still charm you back into their bed or their lives. So this person has a silver tongue. They're great with communication. The 7 of Swords is somebody who knows how to lie, who's a good liar. Right? They may have like Mercury conjunct Venus, or Mercury in Taurus or Libra. A sweet talker. Moon conjunct Mercury. They know exactly what to say. This is silver tongue. A sweet talker. Knight of Cups. But I don't see any pentacles. There's no investment. It's just fun. So this person may come back and offer you like a good time, a date. Let's go on a trip together. They have money. They're not broke. The King of Swords is here. This could be an air sign. They have money. It's just that, you know, they have lots of options because they're attractive and they know how to talk to women. So they don't want to commit to anybody. There's no 10 of Cups here. It's 9 cups and then 1 cup. So they give out cups freely to different women, and you may have found this out, and now, you know, you're done. But if you were open to reconciliation, they would come back, not to commit, but to have fun, because they enjoy your company. They do miss you to an extent. They do miss you, but they have so many other options. I don't think they want to commit to anybody right now. You guys may connect with group number 1 also. You may connect with group number one. Yeah, I don't think, they want to commit to anybody right now. Okay, spirit guides, source. What's going on? Okay, we have fear of loss, right? So they have all these different options because they're afraid of being by themselves. You're afraid of losing someone or being abandoned. Yes, abandoned. Take a chance. So this person manages their abandonment issues by having multiple options. And so you abandoning them kind of triggered them in a sense. It reminded them of what their insecurities are. And so if they do come back, they'll come back to, I guess, not feel abandoned, to make peace with you, to be cool with you. They don't like making people mad, or they don't like when people don't like them. This could be a Libra, someone in rising sign, someone with 7th house placements. They like being liked. Even if they're not doing the right thing, they don't want you to see them that way. They want you to see them like a good guy, Knight of Cups. But they're actually very manipulative, cold, detached. So this is a cold, heartless, objective, rational person. And this is a lover, a womanizer, player, a Casanova. So because of their abandonment issues, they don't want to commit to or get too invested in one person, because if that one person leaves them, they may end up going crazy or losing their mind. Criticizing your partner is driving them away. Focus on their good qualities, playfulness, and abandoned. Okay, so this person may have left because you were criticizing their lifestyle. You weren't on board with the situationship. You weren't on board with them having multiple options, or they could have been criticizing you to deal with their abandonment issues, their fear of rejection. So this could be Venus and Virgo too. Their love language is criticism, acts of service. This is a player. This is a love bomber. This is not somebody who you want to commit to long term. They're only here for a good time, not a long time. Knight of Cups on the high horse. Lovers, the Fool card. It's a cycle. So they may come back during the retrograde to apologize or whatever and say whatever it is that they think you want to hear to get back in your good graces. But in actuality, they really don't care as much as they pretend to. They're going to pretend to care to get what they want from you, but they don't really want what you want. That's why it's not going to work out. They're very insecure. They always need to have like multiple options because they don't want to be abandoned. This person has severe abandonment issues. They could have an avoidant attachment style. This is weird. Yeah, so that's the main issue. Here. There is attraction, but this person's attracted to a lot of people. They're not long-term partnership material. They're just here for a good time. Not a long time, okay? So if you do invite them back in your life or you accept a reconciliation, please see it for what it is. This is just fun time for them. It could be love bombing. You go on vacation, they spend some money, have fun, but then they'll go back to other options once they get tired of wooing you, or once they feel like you are back on the squad. You're back in the rotation. You're back in rotation. So yeah, they'll seduce you and try to charm you back into the harem that they have, because they don't want to be abandoned by anybody. It's like a guy having multiple wives or girlfriends, like a pimp. This person is not confident. So when you're around them, they appear to be confident because they have multiple options, but they're actually very, 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 very insecure. And if you found out how insecure they were, you'd be turned off by them. because they're very needy and insecure. They need all these other options so that in the event you don't answer your phone on time or you're not available to them, they can just go to the other options and like deal with their anxiety about, oh my gosh, she doesn't care about me. She's leaving me. She's abandoning me. She's with somebody else. She's cheating. Like they have these multiple options to manage their anxiety about abandonment and rejection and worthlessness. So I wouldn't even entertain this. Yeah, I wouldn't bother. If they come back around, it'll be to put you back in the rotation with the other women or other options they have, because they don't like being rejected. And they really don't care about people like that. They see them as objects. They see them as they see them as objects. Why can't I get this to focus? They see him as objects. You see his face, he's like bored. He doesn't care. You know. With the Seven of Swords here, he's like, now he's smiling. He got away with something. That's how he feels. And just a Casanova, but their face is covered. They're hiding their true intentions. And then this person has multiple options. 2 different types of women. He likes all types of women or men. So this is like the classy, chaste, wifey type. And this is the woman who's, party girl. He likes both. So it's like as you're leaving their house, someone else is coming in. Or something like that. After they get off the phone with you, they call somebody else right afterwards. Right behind your back. That kind of energy. I wouldn't even put up with that, guys. So yeah, that is group 3. I'm going to put the timestamps in the description box. Thank you guys for listening. I look forward to reading your feedback. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.